Hi, everyone. Welcome to the latest of the Overboard Network, a Below Deck podcast. We're back with episode 19, a Below Deck Med, titled Let's Bring It Home. In this week's episode, we say goodbye to our last charter guest of the season, but also our crew for the season. Kyle comes back on board for whatever reason. Natasha is painstakingly excited for the future, despite all the blunders she had this season. Reed makes a pass at Ellie, and Storm pulls an old school by attempting to streak. Sean, let's start off by saying goodbye to our final guests and getting that out of the way. Have we gotten to the bottom of how to make Dominique's pancakes, or like, is this just like, it's just a thing? You can't do it. It's a Princess and the Pea situation.
I think it is. I think you could have given Dave 50 tries. He never gets it right. I just don't. Him and Dominique just aren't on the same page, and him and Natasha really aren't either. So something's lost in translation there.
I mean, he described a crepe. He basically described a crepe without filling. Gave him a crepe, said it needs to be thicker, but not thick and crispy. And actually, Dave I really like the pancakes he made at the end. I actually like my pancakes to be like a little, not 100% cooked all the way through.
Yeah,
like not raw, but like, like maybe like a little gooey in the middle, I guess is the right answer. So I liked it, but I mean, listen, like it's one of those things. It's like, oh, I know I'm having lobster. I know we're supposed to have like lobster for dinner, but like, can I do some pancakes?
Yeah, I think for Dave's final pancake, he interpreted like a seared steak almost, where it's like crispy on the outside, but then pink cheddar in the middle. And that's not what Dominic wanted. I still don't understand it. There's probably like maybe IHOP. There's probably like a prominent like American chain or like Waffle House that just does it perfectly, at least to Dominic's liking, and he was kind of expecting that.
Yeah.
But I'm very confused of what he actually wanted.
Yeah. The only other thing I could think about these guests, because obviously like last episode they had like the Vegas party. This one, like there was one thing, like Sandy comes out and she's like, "Hey everyone, how you doing? You guys want to get on the jet skis? No necklaces this time." Like, it's like, Sandy, chill. The guy just lost like $100,000 necklace.
The camera does just pan to Jordan Reed, who just like no smile on his face whatsoever.
No, I don't think he was smiling at all, man. I think even when that one guy stood up to make like that Jack and Jill joke or whatever, and he just didn't find it funny.
Are we sure he has insurance?
I don't know.
I feel like everyone just Courtney just assumed he did, but I feel like I didn't get a confirmation from him that yes, that necklace was insured.
I feel like
and also if you just lose it, like I don't know, like does it matter how you lose it too?
I think it's one of those like if it's like stolen or like you just say you lost it, like I think it's one of those like they kind of have to like fill out a police report or something, or else people would just be like, "Oh yeah, I lost my $100,000 necklace," and then they get the insurance money, and then they still have the necklace.
So they could use this episode as evidence potentially.
Yeah, I think he'd be fine if he had insurance.
Yeah.
Or there's some nice sleight of hand going on, just pull it off, put it in like, I don't think, maybe he was wearing shorts. I mean, listen, I'm not here to say Jordan Reed was going to commit insurance fraud, but if you were, this would be a great opportunity.
I wouldn't be mad at him. I don't know.
Gotta make money. Gotta make your money. Sean, let's talk about the guests or the team a little bit here. Was this Ellie's only day of waking up, or was there a day before? Because she was 2 hours late, and I don't think if anybody noticed, but what was up with like nobody going to wake her up?
I think this was her. Yeah, this was her first morning, and 0 for 1.
Yeah,
I kind of love it. Because we had 3 interior people all season that thought they were like chief stew and they were like the greatest thing ever. To just have someone that's kind of bad or like mid or whatever, it's just nice. Like, she's showing up late her first day. I don't know. I like it. We'll get to it more, but like I kind of wish we had more Ellie this season. I think there's
Yeah, I
potential
can say
there.
I'm not in love with her accent. Um, but I think Reed's in love with just about everything that has to do with Ellie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, I think Reed and Ellie would have an interesting like hookup because I don't think two people are ever, how do I say this? I think Ellie has no idea where Alabama is, and I think Reed has no idea wherever Ellie's from. It's like
Where
Slovenia or something,
Slovenia? I think so. Yeah.
or Poland, or I
No,
forget.
no, I think it's Slovenia. I think
We
you're
don't know
right.
where she's from, so
It's let's go with Slovenia, I believe. I'm mad I don't know that by heart. I think she would break his heart ultimately. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
but
I mean, I think
I kind of I want to see that play out though. That would have been nice.
yeah,
She
yeah.
wasn't like I know we're jumping all over the place. She
She wasn't
wasn't not
against
into
it.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, man,
they look like a couple.
this was like a cultural awakening for Reed. I feel like between like the naked models, like everything else going on, like what, like I think he grew up in a very like Southern home, so like this was this was an eye opening experience for him.
I know. Yeah. Uh, I kind of wish we had. I kind of wish we could see a Reed, Ellie romance play out. We won't.
Yeah,
Missed opportunity. I don't think they'll either will be back next season. Maybe one of them actually. That wouldn't shock me. But missed opportunity. We got a lot of Natasha all season.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I guess we should maybe just talk about Natasha. Um, I I don't know what to say about Natasha anymore. I just like I'm not gonna beat somebody while they're down, but what a bad season, man. I mean, like we can kind of do like the recap too, but like I was sick of like her cutaways tonight. We're just talking about how these were like learning experiences for her. And she's like, I was in a bad place all season, but like I'm so excited for the future. And I'm like, Natasha, that's great that like you're excited for the future, but you ruined this whole season by being awful the entire time.
This is the first time she's ever been single. Was her walking off the boat. That's what she
Like,
said when she like this is my
yeah.
first time ever being single. No, oh man. She yeah. Kind of I don't even know what else to say about her. So did her ex-boyfriend text Dave anymore? Or no, it was
I
just from the last episode, right?
no, but Dave was like still like looking at the texts. Like this guy, I mean, Dave's got his own issues, right? Like he's got some form of insecurities or what, but like, dude, don't let like a random bloke text like or Instagram message like impact you. Like, who cares?
Yeah. But
I
he's still hung up on Natasha.
dude, how sad was it where he was just literally like going up to Natasha being like, or how are you? And she's like, Dave, I can't talk to you
That
right
was
now.
good. That was a good Natasha John. Wow. Yeah, I do that more often.
Yeah, like it was terrible. It was just like it was like Dave was personally attacking Natasha just by trying to talk to her and be like, "Are you? Do we have this? Do we have that? Like just normal stuff." And Natasha's like, "I can't do it. I can't." I'm like, dude, like, and then this whole thing at like the end of the party. I'm sorry, the end of dinner when Natasha's like, "Dad, you were my rock all season." It's like,
Should we
what are you talking about? Like, Natasha, you literally was just like telling this guy how like you can't handle anything and how he's making you miserable. And then to tell everyone like, oh, Dave was my rock, like this was such a great season. It's like, what world is she living in? As if like she can just say everything was great at the end and everyone be like, oh yeah, no, she's right.
I get if she means just like the food was always good, that is true. But he wasn't your rock.
Yeah.
Like if anything, Kyle would have been your rock as far as like someone you could have always. I sort of get what she's saying. Like she could always count on the food being good, right? Just to
Right.
makes her job a little bit easier. Like you're not dealing with food being set back all the time. But if he was so like if you guys were so toxic together and like were him talking to you about something not related to work, you had to shut down, then yeah, that isn't. Yeah, rock is a weird way to describe it. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
be like, yeah, it was a pleasure working with you, or like no, or just say like, hey, you were a great chef. But yeah, rock is like also emotional support too. I feel like,
Yeah. Which
which I
I
would.
just like, I was just over. I'm like, I get it, Natasha. You were quote unquote in like the lowest point of your life. But, like, kind of sucks that it was also when you were on like network TV and also for like the watchers of this show had to like experience this for what felt like 6 months. Have we been doing Below Deck Med for 6 months? I feel
Feels
like
like
we
it.
have. Unbelievable.
July 4th,
Yeah.
or sometime it was early, like first week of July.
I mean, I guess we've been doing like 19, 20 weeks because there was probably a Monday that they didn't do it.
No, no, I think they didn't take 1 week off of Politic Med,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Probably could have. Probably
but
could have.
it's almost half a year. It's
Yeah.
it's not quite half a year, but it's very close.
Yeah.
John, should we talk Career Night Out? I know we've been hopping around a lot here.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Kyle's back, which like I felt he was a lot more. I don't know if it was just because like his eyebrows were done differently, but like his like cutaways in this episode were like cringe. I felt like he was just like his like I'm back. Like I just didn't need more of this guy. Listen, I loved him at the beginning of the season. I probably liked him in the
Same.
middle of the season, but I just was over the whole like him like taking everything so personally, being a bully, then saying he does this because he was bullied. And then also like anytime him and Natasha are both being shitty, they just tell each other that they're great people. And like they keep going on with their lives. I didn't need him back. I don't know why he was back. Sandy made a whole thing about why he's not fired, he's just being replaced. Like, okay, I don't yeah, he probably could have just gone home.
I know this sounds really mean, but if you leave the boat, you should be gone.
Yeah.
Well, if you leave the boat, like not just to get something checked out, but like I'm injured, I'm missing this charter. Plan to get
Gone.
home.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Captain Lee would be like, well, we'll keep Kyle around for 4 days so we can come back for the final night. Who wouldn't want to celebrate? It's like, I don't know, man. Like you just like you got voted off the island. Like you don't come back.
Like it wasn't Kyle's fault really that he got hurt, but principles, below deck principles.
Yeah.
You leave the boat and you don't work an entire charter. That's it.
Yeah. Where are we without rules?
Exactly.
Actually, Kyle was really good about not working entire charters. I think between this tooth, his ankle, and then the last charter, he didn't work. So I mean, he honestly was. I feel like he worked like 70% of the whole thing, and he was there for 90% of it.
Yeah, he worked the entire first half, minus the tooth thing, and then ever since he met Frank, that was kind of it.
Yeah, it turned around. But yeah, Sean, let's get into the dinner. Sandy coming out with the classic. What were your highs and lows of the season? She never gets old.
Did who did that first? Her or Glenn?
I mean, hasn't she been running the same shtick for like 7 years?
I kind of feel like when Glenn did that on Below Deck Sealing season 2, I remember really liking it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember Sandy ever doing it. And maybe it's because that was like because Below Deck season 2, Sealing season 2 is so good.
You were actually interested in the highs and lows of
yeah. Yeah. Where I just tuned it out anytime Sandy did it. I'll have to go back and check tape, but
yeah. Honestly, Sean, if I were to do highs and lows, I'm like the highs were the after dinner party, and the lows were like half the cast.
Oh, for the whole season?
Yeah.
I think so. I actually thought about what my high was. There's the episode where Reagan gets fired. Yeah. They go out. Dave and Natasha blow up when Natasha breaks up with Dave, and he rage texts her.